Hey guys, it is Kevin here, coming to you from Shenzhen, China. And today I've got for you an education blog talking about being a professional and marketing yourself, self-marketing. That's what this one's all about. So if you guys don't know where Shenzhen is, it is located in the kind of southern portion of China. It is right across from Hong Kong. It's on the mainland side. I literally can see Hong Kong territory from my bedroom window. So this is my third year teaching in China. Before that I was teaching in Japan for almost 10 years. Before that I worked in Korea. So I worked in Korea as an English language teacher, and in Japan I worked as an international school teacher. Now I'm an international school teacher. So for those of you out there wondering what exactly is an international school teacher, it is quite a bit different than an English teacher. I'm basically responsible for a homeroom. I teach at an international school where my students are, a lot of them are foreigners. They have foreign parents who are here working for different companies, corporations, and they want their child to have, that kind of European American Western type of education. So I'm an early years teacher. That's what I do. I'm going to talk about that more in detail in another video. Okay, so why are we here today? All right, today I want to talk about the importance of self-marketing. And no matter what career you're in, marketing yourself is very important, because if you want to move up your career, move on to bigger, better things, people need to take notice. And one thing as a teacher, all teachers around the world should do is create basically like an online portfolio. And you can do that by showcasing your work, the things you do, the projects you do online on social media. You can have a YouTube channel where you vlog about teaching, Instagram, but one of the most common ways that professional teachers out there market themselves and show what they can do is by using Twitter. And if you are a teacher who's not on Twitter, what are you doing? You got to get on Twitter and get active. And I'll tell you why. All right, guys, so getting on Twitter. First thing you need to do is get on Twitter. And if you are on Twitter, if you're not actively using Twitter, what you need to do is talk to a few of your colleagues who may be involved in Twitter, who do use it. And what you need to do is create something called a PLN, Professional Learning Network. Sometimes it's called a PLC, Professional Learning Community. Hashtag. So that is basically a group of teachers from around the world who you interact with, you look at their work, you comment on their work, and likewise they do the same to you. And essentially it's networking. You're creating this network, a knowledge network. One thing that I love about having a PLN on Twitter is that every day I'm learning. We often refer to it as free PD, free professional development. So I do have a podcast called the Making Better Teachers podcast, and I did do an episode where I chatted with Adam Hill. I don't know why I had to think like that for a moment. He's based in Hong Kong. We talked about why every teacher out there should have a PLN. So what you do is get onto Twitter, start following a few teachers. If they're teachers that you like, go check out who they follow and then follow some of those people. Now, the key to success when it comes to creating a PLN is that you have to be an active Twitter user. If you're just a lurker, if you're just watching people, that's not really connecting. It's like going to a networking event at a bar, and instead of going around talking to people, you just sit alone in the corner nursing a drink. And when it's over, you haven't met anyone and no one's met you. So that's not the most effective approach. You gotta be active. All right, so how do you become active? Well, first of all, during the day while you're teaching, if you do some kind of interesting activity, an engaging activity, take some photos of it. And then later on at the end of the day, that evening, post those pictures and explain what you're doing. Remember to use hashtags, of course, things like hashtag education, hashtag teaching. If you're an IB teacher, hashtag PYP or IBPYP, hashtag PLN. Yeah, so definitely do that, or things that are related to what the class was all about or what your activity was. Also, maybe you want to take us through the planning process of an activity. Maybe write about that spark idea that you have, and walk us through it. Show us how you planned it, and then take pictures of how it went, and then maybe afterwards a reflection and this thing. Post these things and explain what they are. People are interested in that. That's a free PD piece I'm talking about there. So I might gain some great ideas from you. You're potentially doing a lesson that I've never even thought about doing before. You're coming at it from a different angle than I've thought about. So that's really important. Be active that way. Now, another important way of being active is by liking people's posts. So when they post something, like it. But even more meaningful, more powerful is retweet their posts. That way, your followers get to see them. Maybe your followers are introduced to that person. Maybe that person's going to get more followers because of your retweet. And people, it's a karma thing. People tend to remember who the good retweeters are. And that's also going to build your profile. And maybe that person that you liked, that you retweeted, they're going to follow you. And it goes on and on. So the power of the retweet. It's very important to retweet people. And then also interact with them. Ask them questions. If they posted something about a lesson they did, say, oh wow, make a comment, that's a really great idea. I really like how you did that. Or what would you think about this? Or how would you adapt that for a younger or older age group? So engage. Once you start building that conversation, you're actually going to build relationships. All right guys, it's also really important to be very consistent with your tweeting, okay? You need to do it every day. It can't be just like once a week or twice a week or once every 2 weeks. You're not going to gather any kind of forward momentum. You're not going to gather a following. It's got to be consistent. It's got to be pretty much daily. And you also have to think about what you're using your Twitter for. If you decide this is your professional portfolio, you pretty much want to stick mostly to the theme of, for example, education for your teacher. It doesn't matter where you are. With mine at Mad for Maple, I pepper different things in there. I've got some travel stuff, some food stuff in there, but that's what I do. But you want to be consistent, okay? That's really important. So it's just getting on Twitter is really important. Creating that online portfolio, again, whether it's on Pinterest, whether it's on Instagram, YouTube, this or that, to showcase your educational ability, your teaching ability, your curriculum planning, design abilities. It's really important because as your following grows, eventually you'll have curriculum coordinators who will follow you, vice principals, headmasters, people in positions to hire you. And if you're putting out a consistent product that's good, that's showing that you're a creative teacher, you're an innovative teacher, you do really good things, that's going to help you stand out. I mean, even myself, as an example, the current job I have right now is a fantastic job. I work at one of the better schools in Asia. And one of the things that helped me land this position was the fact that people who were in positions to hire were following me on Twitter, and they liked what I did. They liked what they saw. So that, I already had a little bit of an in there. So it's pretty important. All right, guys. Well, you might see me wincing from time to time now for the rest of this video because I'm carrying a whole bunch of groceries. Okay, but at the end of the day, guys, getting onto Twitter, creating that online portfolio. There's a big truck. Joys of vlogging, guys. Is that you've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Keep, if it's your professional feed, just, keep things like politics out of it. Don't talk about that kind of stuff. Don't get too personal. And again, keep it professional. And it's a great way for you to get out there. And here's another piece of advice too. It takes time, guys. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. You're not going to have 1,000 followers overnight. It takes time to grow your following, time and hard work. And sometimes, a lot of educators who are very successful out there consider Twitter part of their work. It's another thing that they do, another facet of their professional life. I often think of it that way. So get out there, guys. Now you can start by following me. Go check the links below. Twitter.com/mad4maple. I'm a Canadian, right? Mad for Maple. Follow me and I'll follow you. So let's start off that way and check out some of the people that I follow. I think you'd find some really fascinating educators there. So get on the Twitter or dust it off if you don't use it very much. If you are an avid Twitter user, but you know people who aren't, show them this video. Send them a link to this. Click the like button, of course, and subscribe, all that stuff. More videos to come. I'm hoping to be more consistent in the new year with my vlogging. We're doing a lot of education type vlogging as well as other forms as well. So yeah, just did a little rebrand of the channel. I finally took down a banner that said I still lived in Kobe, Japan, and I haven't lived there in 3 years. So yeah, all right, guys, thanks for checking out the video. For those of you who've been following me for a long time who maybe aren't so interested in the whole education thing, there's gonna be stuff for you coming as well, guys. I'm gonna be doing some more food stuff coming up soon. Got some things, a few short videos from my trip to Malaysia, my recent trip to Malaysia as well. So later, folks. Thanks for watching, and please retweet this YouTube video. Share it on your Twitter feed, okay? When you see it. All right, bye, guys.